season, the next season, the postseason that is, and the SEC tournament, which is in Nashville. All teams are participating in it, all 14 teams, and I think the tournament is wide open. I think if you look at how the conference finished and the teams that won it, there's a lot of close games. So that tells you the parity in college basketball and how good our league was this year. So it's an exciting time of the year. And again, the winner advances to the NCAA, and that's our goal. And you got to go one game at a time. You can't get to the next game until you play that first game. We're playing against a Florida team that we played early in the year, our first conference game here, and they came in and stole one. And so that sets the stage for again the SEC tournament. It's a great experience for our young team. Be their first time being in an environment, so I'm really anxious to see how they respond. And based on how we've been playing, hopefully there's some carryover and continue to play defense, continue to rebound the basketball, continue to attack the basket, take advantage of the mismatches that we do have. Daniel, he is a focal point of what we do, but then you got to make shots as well. So, and hopefully our bench will continue to play well. I think our bench has been very instrumental in how we're playing right now. It allows us to rest those guys at the same time we're getting productivity from our bench.
Yeah, Mike, I guess Daniel got co-player of the week, and also I think the All-SEC team is going to be released tomorrow, and I'm sure Daniel will be on those. I don't know if there's much more you can say about him you haven't already said, but assuming he's going to be an All-SEC guy, just what have you thought of the season he's had and how deserving he'd be of that?
I think he's very deserving of it. I mean, when you look at the things that Dan has done, and of course, the other night was one of those nights where he took it to another level, scoring-wise, defensive-wise, rebound the basketball. But he's been, he's had some periods in some games where he hadn't played some of his best basketball, but it wasn't because of lack of effort. We didn't do a good job of maybe getting it to him, or he didn't finish well. But it's been a learning year for him. But I think it's been a development year. If you think about last year, the role he was in, it was totally different this year, and I thought he stepped up to the plate. You guys can tell by even as he comes in here and visits with you guys, I think he's matured a lot in terms of being that guy. I mean, because he's been on the top of everybody's scouting report, and 2 and 3, the players are coming at him, the physicality, and I thought, for a period there he hit the wall, but now it seems like he's ready to, hopefully, to play some really good basketball for us. But again, he put the time in, he worked at it. I just think 2 years ago he was in high school, and now this guy's being considered one of the better players, I think not only in the SEC, but in the country. And I think his best basketball continues to be in front of him.
Coach, the football team has had some guys with the flu and stuff. Is everyone healthy and ready to go?
Yeah, everybody's good. Everybody's good. As far as I know, they had a day off yesterday, so as far as I know, they're ready to travel to Nashville. We'll travel out tomorrow, headed, and get prepared for Florida.
You've talked a lot about in the past, you're playing for something, you just don't know what it is. You and Florida have the same record, they're on the bubble. You kind of played your way back into if you have some success in the tournament. I mean, what's that been like getting to this point and then having a chance in the tournament to make some noise and to maybe play your way into the
I think, the thing that I've got has done a good job is just stay focused on the vision, on what we're trying to do. Obviously there's a lot of chatter here and noise over there, but we've kind of stayed focused on improving and getting better. But this is the time of year I just feel our team plays some of its better basketball. And based on the last three games or 3.5 games, it seems like we're starting to put some things together. Guys are a lot more comfortable in their roles. And so going into the tournament, it's a different kind of pressure. It's a fun kind of pressure, I think, And for our team, because of what has taken place throughout the year, hopefully that first game, there's somehow you can get past that one there, then I think the depth that we have created, I think it plays to our advantage. And we've played everybody in our league, and I think these guys look forward to the challenge of advancing in the tournament.
Is there any carryover, I guess you all opened with Florida last year in the tournament, any, you know, as far as the team you had this year, is there any carryover?
No, I thought we played somebody else before
But
we
you
played
get-
Florida.
you-
I think we had a.
We played South Carolina.
Oh, South Carolina.
Yeah, I think we did, but we
That's
played
right.
them, so, but, again, everybody's good right now. Everybody's undefeated right now, so it's one game at a time, and for our guys, you know, it's going in and taking our practice to the game. That's gonna be the key for our guys.
Mike, you know, the way you guys have played really well these last few games, you get a sense you don't necessarily have to win the tournament to get a bid. Maybe could 2 or 3 wins get you a bid, or just how do you feel about that?
You know what, Bob, I'm just one game guy now. That's all it is. For this team here, it's just the one game. Let's take it one game at a time. We played a great schedule. We beat some teams that beat us. But right now, the only winner of this tournament is the one that gets in. So that's our goal right now. But it's one game at a time.
And Florida probably has to win to get in the tournament too, because they've had some losses and everything. So, I mean, sometimes these games, one team knows they're in, or another team knows they don't really have a shot. You guys both have a shot. I don't know if you can win some games. I mean, just how competitive does that make a game like this?
We're both fighting to get it. We're both fighting to get, have an opportunity to play in that tournament, the NCAA tournament. I think that's, to me, is what is taking place. You know, we're fighting and they're fighting, and so it sets up for, I think, a great game.
Mike, since the calendar hit March, do you feel like Daniel has kind of played with the heightened sense of urgency that you kind of talked about the guys and then you play with a couple weeks ago?
I think in a sense he's playing at that level because, you know, he's been the target and people been coming in. Now I think he's responding the right way. But I think we also are helping him because now our bench is starting to play. And if you watch us play, he's getting some rest now. And so he's able to come in those last 6, 7, 8, whatever it is, and finish the game off strong. And I think that's, but when you talk about the sense of urgency, I mean, he's a guy that played last year. He's been on this stage before, so it makes sense for him to understand, you know, what is at stake. His team needs him to play well, and they kind of follow his lead. So maybe he's leading in that way. The other night, I just thought his effort in the last few games, his effort has been unbelievable. This guy, he's falling on the floor, getting up and getting dunks, man. I mean, how do you do that? That's relentlessness, and that's what I've been preaching to these guys. You got to be that kind of team. You got to be a blue-collar kind of team that plays with relentless effort.
Mike, Kayvon Allen, he's kind of been up and down really the last couple of years, but it seems like and he's had big games against other people, but it seems like whenever he plays Arkansas, I think he averages like 3 points more against Arkansas than his career average over, you know, several games. What do you think it is about you guys, and is it just because he's an Arkansas kid, or what do you expect from him on Thursday?
Well, we're going to get his best shot. You know, obviously, this is his senior year, and of course, I'm sure he wants to go out with a bang. So we got to do all we can to hopefully to hold him in check a little bit. But I think, you know, when you play your home state, obviously there's a sense of pride, and I think that kicks in, and he wants to play. It brings on a different kind of intensity, and he's a good basketball player.
How much does it help both Desi and Mason for them to kind of switch roles the way they have the last few games?
You know, what's I think more important is what is taking place with our team. I think you're seeing more of the blue collarness out there. With Desi, he does a lot of good things, and then you put Gabe out there as well. You know, those guys. I think all those guys are playing off each other, and I think with Mason, I think it's kind of relaxed him a little bit more, where he can come in and, you know, a lot of guys put a lot of pressure on themselves, and I want him to go out and relax and have some fun. But he's a starter. That's why I say it only, in my mind, it doesn't equate to the starting part. It's all about playing minutes and what you do with those minutes. And but again, we're playing. You know, benches now all of a sudden now is giving us productivity. We played these guys last time. We got 0 points off our bench. We didn't shoot the ball well. We didn't shoot the ball well from the free throw line, and then we got 0 points from our bench the last time we played them. So I think it gives us a little more balance. I think that's, to me, is a little bit more balance, especially when you're a pressing team. You're extending the floor. you know, guys are gonna get tired, and you gotta have some guys come in and hopefully either maintain or take it to another level. And I think we're finding that balance now.
You feel kind of playing off that, you feel confident the bench will be a bigger factor in this game?
Well, let's hope so. This time of year, you want your bench to be. You know, a lot of guys have played a lot of minutes, and this is where a lot of guys start hitting that wall. Guys have played a lot of minutes, so you want your bench to come in with that energy, that second, third, and fourth effort. I just think right this time of year, you create energy. Guys going up there in the Alabama game, I thought we were just, especially in the second half, we were wherever the ball was. But I thought it was because of guys coming off the bench and giving guys rest and the energy that was displayed by our guys and the energy that was in the building.
We talked about your three-point shooting, how hot it's been recent games, and Florida leads the league in all games in three-point defense. What makes them a tough three-point defense?
They play four guards, and so they basically they use the guards, and the defense is kind of packed, and they just do a good job defensively guarding. I haven't watched all of their games, but I know we didn't shoot the ball well. We had a couple of guys made some shots, but we didn't shoot the ball well at all. But we want to be a team that's attack, Bob. I think that's the biggest key. We want to go inside out. We feel we got an advantage with Dan, you know, somewhere we can throw the ball into, and maybe that will open up us shooting the basketball well. But this is the time of year you want to make shots. So, but we'll be tested. I know that.
Adrian, I guess he got the community service award, and also I think he's done a pretty good job adjusting to coming off the bench. You know, he gives you some good points inside. What do you think about him getting the community service deal and about how he's adjusted to coming off the bench as an older guy?
Well, I'm proud of Adrian because, you know, he comes from North Louisiana and had an opportunity to come here, and he's been here, this is his third year, and he goes out and I think he pours himself into the community. He's impacted the community. He's also, I think he's on the athletic student advisory committee there, student government, so he's very involved, and that says a lot about him. I think the growth that he's had as a person has been unbelievable. I got a chance to talk with his dad this weekend, and boy, that's a proud father there. He's on target to graduate, and all that says is, again, you know, what our university is providing for these student athletes. The administrative, athletic department, I mean, it's the change in that guy's life. It's changing his life. Having an opportunity to experience this here. But to see him pour himself into the community, I think that says a lot about him. Good student. And then when you talk about the basketball part of it, you know, I think Adrian's been around long enough to understand what his role is for his basketball team. He wants to be the best player he can be, but at the same time, he's going to do whatever it takes to help his team win. He's been to the tournament. The 2 years he's been here, he's been to the tournament, so he knows what it's all about and what it takes, and so he's trying to help lead these young guys by example.
Coach Johnson made a comment after the game on Saturday about the lineup that you have with Desi, Mason, and Isaiah, and the effectiveness of it. What have you seen when you have those three guards out there and what they're able to do offensively, which it also allows Damon to open up a little bit more?
I think, you know, they all obviously they handle the ball pretty decent. I think Desi is more of an attacker, can knock down shots. Isaiah, we've seen what he's capable of doing. And people now are really coming out and guarding him, so he's putting it on the floor even more so. But when you got those three guys, and of course Mason, he has unbelievable range there. And he's doing a better job of putting it on the floor. But it spaces the floor. I think it spaces the floor for a guy like Dan. And so now they're guarding those guys, and you get into Dan, now they're helping. And now we got the presence of mind of really sharing the basketball. So it puts a lot of pressure on defenses, but they got to cover a lot of people. So, and hopefully they'll be making some shots up in Nashville.
Mike, I know you said a lot of good things about Dave England the other day. I want to ask you one more thing. What is it about Dave? I mean, obviously he's good with the guys.
Dave's a grouch, man. Dave's a grouch. If you've never been around Dave, Dave's a grouch. You come in the morning, oh man.
He obviously, you know, has the skills to help, you know, treat them and their ailments and injuries and whatnot. But what is the mental part? You talked about kind of being a friendly ear for him or somebody that can, you know, maybe help these young guys get used to college. What is it about Dave's personality that makes him strong in both those areas?
You know, I think if you ask any guy, you know, Dave he's always real with it. He tells it like it is. And I think that's what a lot of people need to hear. He tells them the truth. Sometimes guys tell guys what they want to hear. And but Dave tells them the truth. Something can take place in practice and where I just go after a guy. And I do go after him. I go after him big time. And then they're going to the locker room and they need one of those ears, you know, them little pity ears and all that stuff. Dave won't give it to him. You know, Coach was right, and I tell Dave, you're right. Coach is always right, but he's real with them, and I think that's, you know, and through his experience. I mean, he's had NBA players in there, he had doctors in there, he's had all kinds of people that are coming there for treatment, and but I think it's just that personal touch is what's unique about Dave. And Dave, he's that way every day, and so it's like any other coach. You know, you got to be able to figure out how to reach kids. You know, different kids. You know, it's like, you know, I may have to come at you a different way than I come at him. And I think Dave understands that. You can't just talk to him or treat him all the same. And so, but Dave always constant. He never changed. I mean, you go back to Big O, you go back to Dwight Stewart, you go to any of those guys. Right now, they talk about Dave England like he's one of their best friends.
Thanks, Coach.